Welcome, friends. It has been a while. I'll catch you up in a moment, but first, as always, I will give you your long-awaited dopamine hit of the day, the thing that makes everything better. It is the simultaneous sigh, your personal namaste. All you have to do is take a deep breath in and let out with reckless abandon this beautiful air that we swim through as we participate in this ongoing outfolding miracle, which is the present moment. All you have to do is take a deep breath in and let it out in simultaneity with me. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ah. Ah. Ooh, double sigh. Now that felt good. Everything that you've come to expect it to be, hasn't it? I know it's a sin for me to have deprived you of it for so long, but here we are. We are back. I have not spent much time here in my usual studio. I've been traveling around, but don't you worry. My meditation practice has remained steadfast, just haven't had the opportunity to stream. I think I'm at the top of my game when it comes to meditation. And since I was back here, decided to just invite you to join me in a little guided meditation here. Let's start off with some breath work. So I've been enjoying the Huberman method, which now has scientific evidence to validate the profound transformative powers of the sigh. And I think Dr. Huberman might have been influenced by the power of our simultaneous sigh and wanted to research the powerful capabilities. So there's now a study to validate the legitimacy of what he's calling cyclical sighing, which is one deep, normal in-breath, another additional forced in-breath, and then a relaxed letting go sigh. It goes something like this. Long, regular, deep in-breath through the nose. Additional forced in-breath. You know, people get a little excited that with this camera angle here, sometimes I get some feedback, so why don't I just want to make it seem casual, like we're in a meditation space together, but why don't you join me more eye level? I've got ants crawling all over me because I just did my body weight exercise out in the grass, so excuse the swatting. Is that better? You tell me. give you a little more angle here so my head's kind of centered. Incremental improvement, that's what it's all about here. 1% better every day. Let's continue with our cyclical sighing. I was out camping this weekend and pulled 18 ticks off me, so not to soil your meditative mindset with that skeevy mental image, but be advised, it's tick season out there. So let's just go right into our meditation. Get into your, if you haven't already, your meditation posture. Get comfortable, however you can sit comfortably. Oh, before we start, if you plan on attending Pork Fest, as I will be doing a live guided meditation on the morning of Thursday and Friday at Body Freedom Village at 9 a.m. It's on the Pork Fest schedule. You can join me there. Body Freedom Village is a clothing optional venue, so you'll have the additional opportunity of wearing as much or as little clothing as you feel comfortable in order to regulate the stimuli to get deeply into mindfulness and also to develop communitas with other folks without judgment for their bodies, in the spirit of the body freedom spirit. So please do come swing by if you'll be at Pork Fest, or if you are unfamiliar, check out the Porcupine Freedom Festival. You can go to porkfest.org for more information. That's P-O-R-C, pork, as in porcupine, porcfest.org, O-R-G. Where were we? Get into your meditation posture. I'm going to be finding my center by rocking back and forward, past my center, back, forward, back, centering my body. I'm ready to go left and right. Whenever you've found your front to back center, feel free to join me. Left past my center, right past my center, a little less, back and forth, like an inverted pendulum, settling into my gravitational equilibrium. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my head now. Remember to do this at your own pace, finding your center. At your convenience, what feels right. I found the front and back center of my head. I'm going to find the left-right axis. Now that I've centered my body, I'm going to relax my shoulders, let my arms rest naturally on my thighs by picking them up and dropping them down from the elbow where they naturally land. I'm going to set my gaze straight ahead happens to be that there's a stack of books right in front of me. But I won't let this visual stimuli distract me. In fact, I'm feeling rather stimulated going into this, so I'm checking in with myself, and today it feels right to close my eyes. Feel free to be the master of your stimuli environment. In fact, I would not encourage you to keep listening to this very live stream, or this video if for some reason it becomes an impediment to your mindfulness practice rather than a tool. I'm connecting with my breath. In breath, out breath. I feel an ant crawling on my neck. I'll take care of that. I'm sure that won't be the last one, but that's okay. Anytime some kind of stimuli brings our attention away from what we chose to ground our attention with during our meditation practice, anytime we feel ourselves diverted into thinking or feel some discomfort, this is an opportunity for us to first observe, to non-judgmentally observe the impulse to divert our attention away from what was keeping us in the present moment, to observe the impulse to change our posture, to fully embrace and experience that discomfort, to feel the sensation of tiny little ant legs navigating the surface of our body before being deliberate about the choice of removing that ant. Or maybe we have chronic pain or discomfort, to explore those sensations, not to avoid them, run from them, not to gird our loins and grit and fortify ourselves against them and grit our teeth, but to take time to feel into those sensations, to mindfully, non-judgmentally feel them, explore within those sensations. What does it feel like? Where are its boundaries? What are the unarticulated experiential characteristics of the sensation, of the pain, of the ant who crawls on the back of your neck? And then on your thumb. Can we mindfully observe and work within those sensations? Can we non-judgmentally embrace the characteristics of our experience, of our finite, miraculous vulnerability, our mortality? And practice simply being present with the ant feet crawling around on our right knee. Not to remove the sensation, but to feel it, to embrace it. Where does the impulse to change the circumstance come from? Is it instinct? Is it a mechanism of cognition? Is there a judgment that precipitates the desire to alter our circumstance? Can we rehearse in our mindfulness practice, resigning ourselves to accept these sensations, to put off for a moment the desire to take action to alter them, to observe that desire and set it aside for a moment so that we might non-judgmentally surrender to the experience of our pain, of our discomfort, to explore it with curiosity, to observe it non-judgmentally, to fully experience it, to be a superconductor for those sensations, to amplify and magnify them, to explore within them. To ask ourselves, does this quality of my experience affect my character? What choice do I have to embrace and thereby disarm this bodily sensation? To ask ourselves, how many ants are currently crawling on us? And why did I choose to do sit-ups and push-ups in the grass? But then to label these judgments as thinking, to take a deep breath, to release judgment or criticism or responsibility for the ways in which fate was responsible for our circumstance. To ask ourselves to what extent we can accept and embrace our circumstance. To cultivate within ourselves the discerning judgment to differentiate between that which is not in our control and that which is within our control. To then ask what is in between those two absolutes, the area of influence we might not have control, but can improvement occur? Can we influence the circumstances? And then once again, let go. And return to the present. Return to the experience of the breath. And to be to test ourselves and explore our capacity to simply be in the present moment, despite this pain or discomfort, and to accept whatever extent we can be present, to have gratitude to ourselves for showing up, for trying, for the victory we were able to achieve. Thank you for joining me. Take a moment to be deliberate about transitioning out of your meditation. That looks like slowly engaging in movements, stretching out, or even transition back deliberately into doing mental mode. To think about what your next step will be, to organize, prioritize, and execute, and move forward into your day with calm, deliberate conviction and determination. Thank you for joining me, my brothers and sisters, and I will see you on the next stream. Be well.